workaholic, I've been working very hard, business school, and owned my own company for the last 20 years. So had never gone, I went to the doctor kind of once a year, but not religiously for checkups. And so when I had a pain that bothered me, it was a very significant thing to think about going to the doctor. And he did an ultrasound, and my brother-in-law, who is a cardiologist, I actually sent him a copy of the ultrasound, and he said, come back to Detroit right away. I went to Detroit, where I'm from. On Saturday, I had a CAT scan, and Monday, I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer 3C. I'd really never thought about ovarian cancer. There's so much publicity about breast cancer, and I never realized that they were so tied together a lot, particularly with BRCA, that in fact the risks are as high for breast, if not even higher for ovarian. So I was pretty upset that I had not gone to a gynecologist in a couple years. I felt like I had not managed my own medical care to the extent that I could have, and had I, perhaps I would not have ended up being 3C. I was diagnosed on a Monday, and by a week from Tuesday, I went to surgery and had a complete hysterectomy and omenectomy, debulking by a very good surgeon at the University of Michigan. And after that, I went through 18 intensive chemo treatments, including in the stomach chemo. I started evidently before the surgery at 3,000 CA-125, and I went down to 7. By June, my CA-125 started rising again, and I went to about 40. So I did another 6 rounds of treatment, but 6 months later, it came back again and went into 6 more chemo treatments. But then a year later, it came back for the 3rd time. And so my husband and I, we went on NIH.gov, and we did all the research ourselves, and we found a couple trials. But my preferred trial was in Dana-Farber in Boston. So I went there and I met them, and they had 1 slot in the trial. Here I am facing cancer for the 4th time. I've got a tumor on my spleen, and I want to get rid of it right away. And the thought of not getting into the trial right away was very, very scary to me. And I don't know how long I would have waited to start chemotherapy again if I had not gotten into the trial in that round. I've been on the trial for 16 months, and the cancer has not grown. It has stayed the same. So the fact that I can take a pill that does not have side effects for me, very limited side effects, and be, as completely focused on work as I've always been. Yes, I have to go to Boston every 4 weeks, but it's worth it to be able to manage the cancer. So I think if you can find the right trial that will do that, it's absolutely phenomenal, because you can ideally get some care that's a very different type of care that you had in the past, and hopefully keep the cancer at bay over a longer term, which in ovarian is very challenging. My whole life now is worrying about my reoccurrence of ovarian cancer. I still have it, and how short my life will be because of this terrible disease and how far it went. I think the role in education on ovarian needs to be a lot stronger, and I think there's a very strong role in supporting the universities and the medical centers that are doing the research as well. Real hope is finding a cure for cancer. And by supporting research and supporting the great scientists out there that are working on that is our hope. We need to make it as easy as possible to find and cure cancer.